Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
Совершенно потрясающая игра. Я ее играл еще в 2018 году, там, в небольших каких-то там версиях 1.1 или 1.2. Сейчас попробуем поиграть в жесткий режим. Так. Спать пару-тройку часов. Снижает величину получаемого опыта. Ну, пока вот это, видимо, выглядит неплохо. Медленное восстановление и выносливости нам точно не на руку. Так, мешает стрелять из лука, обчищать карманы и вскрывать замки. Ну, блин, это очень полезный навык, поэтому такой, наверное, тоже нет. Голод наступает быстрее, тоже это жестко. По поводу хрупкой кости, я вот не уверен. Могут мне сломать ногу или руку Я вот не помню, если честно. Вообще, сомнамбула выглядит неплохо, но если ты собираешься, допустим, перед каким-нибудь квестом поспать, просыпаешься где-нибудь в очке, получается не очень. То есть шлем с опущенным забралом. Вообще шлемы это очень сильная вещь, особенно с опущенными забралами, они самые сильные. Но я думаю, мы можем попробовать подобрать шлем не с опущенным забралом, чтобы он был а, тоже довольно-таки мощный. Пускай будет клаустрофобия и тупица. Погнали. Все, что можно, выкрутил на максимум. Поставил улучшенные текстуры. Была такая опция. В общем, посмотрим, какая вообще будет картинка. Раньше я играл эту игру просто на минималках. И это было настолько долго. Текстуры не прогружались. То есть подбегаешь вплотную к челу, он только начинает прорисовываться. Вот это было вообще крипово. Мыльное мыло. Сейчас картинка должна быть красивой.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher. Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother. Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
Так, играем на клавиатуре и мышке. Просто потому что так
A
привычно.
fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Так, что я хочу? Качнем выносливость.
I was with Bianca. We were, talking?
Talking, were you? That's what you call it, is it?
Stop it, Ma.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
Так, что еще качнем? Еще выносливости. Блин, я пытаюсь вспомнить, что прокачивается хуже всего, чтобы это потом прокачать быстрее. Чтобы точнее... Ну, да, логично, чтобы это прокачать быстрее. Красноречие, по-моему, да.
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
Качнули.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Так, сделать чуть более широкий угол обзора для удобства. Графика реально удивляет. Вот здесь какие-то вот неровности, правда, есть вот на окне. Вот они вот черненькие пятнышками идут. Но так, в принципе, все очень прилично. Так, здесь со стола все взяли. Поесть из котелка. Бам. Так, вспомнить, что да как с инвентарем у нас. И по поводу эффектов. Значит, есть голод. Сытость 45, вот она самая. То есть нужно будет сейчас капитально покушать. Набрать всякого добра. Я бы даже сказал, ограбежить собственных родителей. Ну, весом я как бы позволительно могу много взять, получается. Родители такие приходят, а тут вообще ни хрена нету в закромах, так сказать. Ни капусты, ни морковки, ни картошки, ничего. Собственно, будем потихоньку ща кушать. Так, сытый 44, погнали. Будем есть что-нибудь дешевое. Например, морковку. Еще морковку, еще морковку. Закусим лучком. Что тут еще дешевого? Рогалик. Рогалик, кстати, нормально сытность повышает. Капуста. Ой, капуста что-то сильно. Ну ладно. Вот по поводу сохранения, конечно, неприятно. Хотелось бы все-таки автосохранение. Вы не сможете поесть из котлов, разбросанных по миру, так что придется добывать свою еду. Печалька. Быстрый переход в жестком режиме недоступен. Это вообще мрак. А, Что-то как-то действительно жесткий режим. А, То есть меня теперь не отображаются на карте. Я должен идти по каким-то ориентирам. С метками заданий вообще беда. То есть получается неприятность получается. Ну, ладно. Будем играть в жесткий режим.
How are you, Henry?
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere as usual.
Oh, not this again. Leave it lie, Mother.
God be with you.
Надо было еще из этого котелка поесть. Ну ладно. Подойдем к отцу, собственно. Спросим, чё как.
At least you're up, that's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh, that drunkard. That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure, I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Нормально такие текстуры, мне нравится. Ничего не тормозит, все вроде так плавненько. Так, пойдем у Куниша забирать долг.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer, and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
Look, I know things aren't easy. Your wife ran off, booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt, and I can't leave here without something.
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners?
Репутация понизилась.
No?
Ух.
Well, I'll teach you then. Take care.
Сейчас меня сразу положат по-любому. Я не помню, как блокировать. Вообще не помню, как блокировать. Огребаю. Огреб. Огреб.
You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
Да. Так сказать, Иржих и Скалице такой никчемный.
Ma? Ma! I'm hurt. I won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
Здоровье 74. Слабовато. 74 это не 100, конечно.
About time.
When I asked Kunesh to pay, he fought me instead.
That bastard. You don't look too bad, though. Did you get the better of him?
I'm fine, but he didn't give me the money.
Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll sort him out this evening. I've no time for him now.
How about I don't talk to Kunish at all and just take back what you gave him?
Rob him, you mean?
You can't steal something that already belongs to you. And the thief can't complain you robbed him.
Fair point. But I don't think your mother would see it that way.
Лайла. Батя меня поддержал. Так, мне нужно топор украсть и что-то еще, по-моему, да? Если я не ошибаюсь. Топор здесь. Вот обязательно его надо поколоть дрова именно в этот момент. Ладно, подождем. Блин, теперь он все свои дрова туда будет раскладывать. Ну ё-моё. Пипец ты угарный чел. Ой. Так, если с молотком понятно. А что по поводу гвоздей? Да чел, хорош уже, а? Че, он меня послышал? Услышал, точнее. Блин, наконец он что-то умное сделал. Вот гвозди не знаю, где искать, если честно.
A locked chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into
Ой-ой-ой.
that. Fritz might have one.
Меня типа застукал, но только не обратил внимания, да? Так, мне нужно отмычки у товарища найти.
Hey, Pip, do you want to learn something? Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
That was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes?
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
А пока он до туда дойдет.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tatars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you,
opposed
Henry.
to your king.
I'm with you,
So
Matthew.
are such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg.
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, He would have you whipped like a dog.
Your Diet will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
And don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
All right, I'll do it. But then you have to give me a hand with something.
What do you need?
Krunner shows money to father and doesn't want to pay. I tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. I need more than words to get coin out of him, and I can't handle it on my own.
No problem, we'll back you up. Just as soon as we're done plastering Deutsch's house.
I'll be happy to sort out that drunken oaf.
Alright, let's go while Deutsch is still sitting safely in the tavern.
Glad to be with you, Henry.
I'm glad you came.
Болванчики.
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? The Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go lure her away somehow.
Why me?
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
What do you want, lad?
I just went by the tavern, and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
О, нормально задело.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Really? An honest trade not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
О, 4 отмычки.
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund!
Eat shit, douches.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Oh, sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Это каменное дерьмо.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
Даже не испачкался. А как драться-то? Ой, нашего поразили.
What are you doing? For God's sake! Stop right now! The catch pole is on his way!
Так, все, пора бежать. Благо я более-менее знаю, как это работает. Куда надо топать.
What the?
Ну, никто нас не преследует. Кстати, в жестком режиме получается охота теперь необходима, потому что нужно жарить, варить мясо, да, соответственно. Вот. Только вопрос в том, типа, где собирать капусту, яблоки и прочее, потому что грядок в основном как таковых-то и нет. Сейчас надо поменять расположение ноутбука.
We sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
I need a hand with Kunesh.
Sure, mate. You helped us, so we'll help you.
Let's get to it then. How are you, Henry?
Ну, сейчас 4 на 1 в крысу сыграем. Где этот Куныш? Сам к нам выйдет, что ли?
Kunesh, get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
Чисто из какого-то очка вылез.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catch pole? Just try it, you old drunk. Curse it!
О, все, ты огребаешь. Да почему по мне-то, блин, постоянно? Тебе заняться нечем, Куниш, блин.
Enough! Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have.
О, ключик дал. То есть, получается, можно отмычку не юзать, да? Гвозди, молоток. Потрясающе. Забрали с процентами, так сказать. Теперь можем приступить к выполнению. Купить мешок угля.
Good health to you.
Так, ну надо что-то сначала продать. Например, гвозди. Молоток. Топор. Смогу я тогда мешок угля купить? 10 порций. Нет, надо еще что-то продавать. Ну, допустим, это будет 52 яблока. Потрясающе. Хотя яблоки, наверное, я бы лучше... Нет, пускай. Есть вот эти вот скоропортящиеся продукты, которых нужно, по идее, вообще в первую очередь от них избавляться. А если их много, то тем более. Все, оставляем так. Проверяем корзину, заключить сделку, поторговаться. Попробуем поторговаться. Всегда надо чуть-чуть торговаться, просто чтобы повышать или уменьшать цену, соответственно. Так, только в какую сторону это работает? Блин, я тупой. Ладно. Заплатил даже чуть больше. То есть нам надо будет торговаться вниз, не вверх. У нас, кстати, новый уровень. Возьмем аскета. Потому что вообще поддерживать себя в состоянии... Поддерживать себя в состоянии вполне себе возможно.
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far. Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Наведение противника левый shift.
All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Nice. Nice. Now you're getting it. Nice. Very good. The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Fine. Good. Once again. Very good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike, I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Not bad. Again. All right. Not bad. Again. All right, that's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master.
Да блин, как блокировать атаки? Я же Васек. Я не помню, на какую кнопку жать вообще. Там что-то надо вовремя нажимать, насколько я помню. Типа на Y, что ли. Ага, и краткая. Все точно, она самая. Вовремя нажатая и краткая спасает жизни. Так, покупаем пиво и все. О, здорово.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Ты и пиво, но это классика.
Just ale.
What else could I expect from a village lout? What will it be then, ragamuffin?
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanya?
Прям за мной стоит.
He's the man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it.
Капец. Игра, ты что творишь?
But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Криповый чел.
I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Так, надо будет обязательно сохраниться перед тем, как я отцу отдам всю эту штуку. Потому что дальше будет катсцена. Да. Дальше будет катсцена, дальше будут неприятности, скорее всего. Поэтому сохранимся прямо здесь, прямо сейчас. Ой, кстати, у меня там сундук был. Можно потренироваться в открытии. О, первая игральная кость. Книжка. Который учебник по силе якобы, да? Игральная кость.
About time.
Not yet.
And how much longer will it take? Get a move on. We have to finish that song.
No, I don't.
Так, я походу тупой, да? А что я должен ему еще принести? А, в замке взять крестовину, точно. Ну я просто все забыл. Да, все забраковал. У меня она, по-моему, здесь не показывалась, если не ошибаюсь.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
About time.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologize to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish and war. You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
Ну, рукоятка выглядит бюджетно, я бы сказал.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Так я их уже приносил вроде. Или они там только-только появились? Ага. Можно было никуда не идти, да? Рано я сохранился все-таки.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us.
Обмотка
I
появилась
see
на
that you almost have
рукоятке.
it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work. Very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Istvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalice, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates!
Get running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back!
Get through the gates!
Нормально, один пятерых уже положил. Пятерых.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Tальмберг! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Сейчас начнется самое интересное. В принципе, вот прямо вот здесь можно шнапса бахнуть. И в путь. О, коняшка. Не на ту кнопку нажимаю. Так, куда скакать-то? Сейчас попытаюсь вспомнить. Так, я выбегаю через... Нет, стоп, я вдоль реки двигаюсь. Я двигаюсь вдоль реки. Там здесь, по-моему, что-то типа мельницы. Через мостик опять вдоль реки. Ой, я уже запутался. Да, все, вот сюда. Вот они бегут, бегут. Куда бегут, хрен знает вообще. Бегут и бегут. А, они, наверное, до коней бегут. Сейчас как на коней сядут, как меня это начнут догонять. Ой-ой-ой. Попытаюсь на память подбежать в Тальмберг. В принципе, знания здесь. Знание игрового мира у меня присутствует. Какое-никакое. Блин, конь, давай отдыхай быстрее. Меня же сейчас на луг посадят.
Kibasok veled! Run for it!
Да они по дороге бегут. Ни один нормальный человек по дороге не побежит.
Run for it!
Так, здесь уже должен быть Тальмберг рядом.
Warn the others! They've tore at Skalice!
Вон он, вижу его. Блин, лошадь уже все умерла. Но доскакала, в общем. Бронированы они там по самые не балуйся, конечно. Эти половцы.
Someone give him a drink and bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalice. They burned it to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalice. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalice to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Scallice is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir. You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Блин, надо было те все фрукты продать. Что-то я тупанул. Сейчас бы хотя бы несколько монеток было. Так, а я уже голодный. Здравствуйте.
He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss. Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Tальмберг has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Видишь, что еще спаги снимать? Слышь? Пан Борек. Блин. Что это, голод такой, что ли? Так, пора кушать. Сейчас я все тут. Фига, 3 рогалика, пюре чечевица. Нифига мне там надавали нормально. Мне вообще обещали, что из котелка есть нельзя. Внимание, вопрос. Почему я могу есть из котелков? Непонятно. Так, сытость 13. Хорошо. Что у нас там еще? Капуста. Слишком сытная. Погнали. Лук, морковь. Еще репка, рогалики тоже. В расход пустим. Два хлеба. И одну капусточку. Есть, 101. Так, теперь я хочу спать. Потрясающе.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon, Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw Father trying to save Mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help I made it.
My God, that's horrible. You were lucky to survive. And our thanks for warning us. I'll pray that you see better times.
Теперь кыш отсюда. Прибежала тут ко мне, блин, значит. Так, ну тут вроде ничего интересного не должно быть, да? Ну ладно. Так, сапоги снимать не будем. Они у нас не грязные. Так, посреди ночи пани Стефания, как обычно.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
Она просто сама бухнуть хотела.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Камера как-то по-ублюдски стоит.
I met my friends right next to the Skalice alehouse. When we heard Deutsch praising Sigismund, our blood boiled. My mates decided to teach that fool to mind his tongue. So, thanks to us, Deutsch had to scrape horse shit off his newly whitewashed house.
How foul.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised
Он что, не
Father
на
I'd help him
коленках
with his
сидит?
work, and I was looking forward to it.
Что за...
He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik.
На мече причем.
Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalice.
Хотя бы вон я вижу теперь их параметры.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund butchers.
And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Tальмберг and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. But even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Tальмберг, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Tальмберг. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
Какую жратву
Enjoyed our
забрала.
little talk, Henry. Good night.
Эх,
God bless.
Good night.
курочку не забирай. Шалунья. Да, опять в грязных сапогах на кровати. Теперь уже другую сторону ногами. Да, красота вообще.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalice.
Ой, там еще факел. Оп. Так, факел.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers.
Что-то уже чуть-чуть подтормаживать начинает. Из-за дождя? Серьезно?
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Tальмберг in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Скалице.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalice to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over.
В катсцене нормально, кстати. А вот так, когда дождь идет, это что-то как-то вообще по-жесткому.
Halt! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Tальмберг?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratае. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalice.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Tальмберг until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratае now.
Man, tonight we'll...
Да, что-то как-то с дождем тут немножко промашка вышла. Может быть, качество воды понизить?
And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in it.
Не сильно помогло. Ладно, тогда вернем.
I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Scalise people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled. Report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch with the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done to me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
God be with you.
What do you think about how the Scalise folk managed to get away?
Fortune smiled on them, that's for certain. Sigismund must be seething with rage.
Just a shame Fortune didn't smile on all of them.
Oh, shit. Sorry. And you know Sir Radzi Cobbler?
I wouldn't say I know him. I've seen him a few times. Why do you ask?
He must be a fine lord. Takes such good care of every one of his serfs.
Surely all the lords do that.
Ah, I could tell you some stories.
About Sir Divish?
Jesus, no. I didn't mean it like that. Just that I heard stories from other soldiers that would make your skin crawl.
I see.
Take care now.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the...
I will.
О, теперь можно ждать. Интересно, меня прервут в какой-то момент? Погодку меня прервали. Дождись утра, это... это Сигизмунд примчал.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Sweet Jesus! We'll come and hit them like Scallice.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Tальмберг.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scalise and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Tальмберг divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, the Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalice mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalice. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Tальмберг. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that the Ratsig Kobila is not at Tальмберг and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
God be with you.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg. Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalice.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money. Good luck to you.
Факел все еще в руке. Так, пища что-то уже даже 84-я стала. Сытость 89, еще приличная. Так, значит, нам нужно подойти к товарищу, который охраняет выход.
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Look, I have to get out of here to bury my parents. I'd reward anyone who'd help me.
У меня столько денег, вообще пипец. Я его только обижу этим предложением.
Never mind.
Ладно, знаю я один способ. Вот этот торговец сидит.
Good day to you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the... I'll be with you.
Собственно, продаем скоропортящийся. Ну и кое-что себе оставляем сразу. Вино нам не пригодится. Обязательно торгуемся. Предлагаю чуть-чуть. Чуть-чуть больше ему. Мы щедрые, прям пипец вообще. Дальше. Нам нужно получить доспехи. Тальмбергские, которые находятся прямо вот здесь. А перед самым этим нам вообще нужно сохраниться, конечно. По-хорошему. То мало ли, сейчас придется перезагружаться. Оденемся в Кольчугу. Так, потрясающе. Теперь я похож на солдата. Так, тут уже какие-то сложные замки пошли. Ну, кстати, попробовать сложный замок можно. Нет, ну он для меня слишком сложный. Навык нужно качнуть. Пока я не могу такие замки открывать. Но хочу научиться, конечно. Вроде взяли все по максимуму, что могли. Попробуем выйти через нашего товарища. Выглядим там и как тальмбергский стражник. Был, конечно, и простой вариант, просто спрыгнуть с моста. Но я считаю, что лучше найти и надеть броню получше на всякий случай. Чтобы она хотя бы была.
I need to get out of here.
Says who? I've never seen you before in my life. That's odd.
I'm not trying to make a fool of you. I've done everything to make sure you'll have no trouble if you let me out.
Do you think I'm a total idiot? My master would be furious if I let you out. And when Captain Rob...
Ah, damn it.
On the other hand, you've dressed up so nicely, and it's a shame to let it go to waste. The old man won't like it, but I'll act stupid and I won't get worse than a bollocking. If you make it worth my while, of course.
О, у меня же деньги появились в натуре.
Now you're speaking my language. Good luck then. Try not to get yourself killed. God be with you.
Давай, открывай контору, ё. Так, теперь надо украсть лошадь. Ой, там какой-то сотрудник стоит неприятный. Ой, и там стоит неприятный сотрудник. Лошадь должна быть в конюшне. Конюшня. Блин, я не помню, где там конюшня, если честно. Пешком до туда идти, мягко говоря, охренеешь. Там товарищ стоит, вон там товарищ стоит. Лошадей не видно, придется, видимо, пешком топать. Это жестко, потому что если здесь нету функции быстрого перемещения, все нужно перемещение будет делать на коне, да, соответственно, и своим ходом. Что довольно-таки жестко. Так, если я с Тальмберга сойду здесь, я попаду в каменоломню, да? Через речку Вдоль речки в Ровну. Ну да, там пешком довольно далеко будет идти. Коня мы здесь, конечно, хрен где найдем. Придется топать пешком. Что по весу? Блин, вес почти критический. Неприятно. Кстати, здесь, по-моему, должны быть еще котелки. Чисто увидеть котелок мне интересно было бы. И посмотреть, могу ли я из него есть. Игра посчитала, что можно и пешком дойти, да? Окей. Соответственно, я оказываюсь в Ровне. Не, ну графика, конечно, небо и земля. По сравнению с тем, что я играл раньше. Зато я очень быстро переместился именно в Ровну. Вот здесь я примерно у церкви. Как я буду вот такие места искать или вот такие, я не представляю на этой карте. Такой поморщился и начал, короче, всех оббирать. Типичный инжи из Скалицы, так сказать. Так, есть одно маленькое уточнение. Вон по той дороге нам не нужно идти. Потому что мы наткнемся на разбойников, от которых мы, скорее всего, не убежим. Придется идти по немножко более длинному пути. Там просто постоянные вот эти вот стопроцентные разбойники на... где-то вот там на развилочке. Они возникают. Спавнятся со стопроцентной вероятностью, я бы сказал так. В принципе, если присмотреться, возможно, мы их даже увидим так. Вон там на дороге кто-то не стоит случайно. Вон там тоже трупы на дорогах. Ой, надо быть аккуратней. Так, ну вроде без неприятностей обошлись. У Скалицы вход надо будет немножко дугу сделать. Там пролом в стене у них. Хотя, если не ошибаюсь, у них там два входа сейчас. Один вон там, один с той стороны. Там, чтобы их увидеть, достаточно просто ближе подойти. Мы зайдем через их классический, центральный, так сказать. И, скорее всего, сразу мы наткнемся на разбойников. Поэтому мы, скорее всего, зайдем. Вот она, дыра в стене. Да, вот она, дыра в стене. А мы попробуем зайти со стороны... Бедный конь. Со стороны... будущей базы фальшивомонетчиков. Я думал, здесь, по-моему, должен был быть проход. Видимо, нет. Возможно, чуть дальше. Главное и здесь не нарваться на разбойников. А то всякое бывает. А то раз. Я даже сохраниться не успею. Они меня расфигачат. Домик Бьянки. Та самая секретная тропка. Попробуем забраться по ней. И не получается, окей. К сожалению, душат нас одним входом. Да, как я уже говорил, главное не нарваться на гоп-стоп. Это бревно или человек? Бревно. Человек-бревно, ясно. Главное не нарваться на гоп-стоп, а то мы костей не соберем. От слова совсем. И, скорее всего, прямо сейчас нам придется сохраняться. Так, еще один заваленный пролом. Придется оббегать еще. Следующий точно должен быть наш. В итоге оббежали всю деревню по кругу. Но теперь мы выяснили, что там только один вход, один выход. Мародеров не вижу, но на всякий случай сохранимся. Хороший меч. Кстати. Для начального уровня сойдет.
You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon them like me.
Это он про немца?
Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I swear it. Just wait a moment. I'll take care of my
О,
family.
еще
Take
шнапс.
this as a keepsake to remember you by, my dearest.
А я на секундочку был в шлеме. Видимо, во время катсцен что-то того происходит.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that not the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing? What are you doing?
I asked what you're doing here. How about you give me an answer?
If I want to confess, I'll go to the priest. Go away and leave me in peace.
Could you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave. I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
Fine. I'll take the spade and you can have the sword. You can have it right up your ass.
You think you can talk that way just because you've got a sword?
Bullshit. I don't know much about sword fighting.
Suits me. I'll knock your teeth in then.
Сейчас я меч достану, блин. Он у меня охереет. Блин, как меч достать? Что за баян? Да все, пиздец, я огребаю по-страшному. Меч, блин, доставайся, ё-моё!
That's right. Turn tail and run, you bastard.
Дебилизм какой-то нахрен. Еще и застрял. Потрясающе вообще. Игра волшебная. Меч не достается нахрен. Ой, кошмар. У меня там перегруз, надо что-то выкинуть. А я бы что-нибудь съел.
Easy there, boy. I know you. A good master won't be using this.
Я все равно хозяина пса обобрал. Ну блин, как я угораю, конечно. На здоровье 44 осталось. Я в рукопашной схватке победил даже. Но был на такой грани жесткий. Пока все это дело выглядит не очень сложно. По крайней мере, так сказать, для пролога.
Своих. Let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword? Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek? Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye! Cut the bastard down! As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth. Ah!
Ну, здесь по-быстренькому сливаемся. Пару ударов пропустим, и все, и приехали. Раз, и все. Один прогиб, и ты погиб.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
Громкий стук копыт был просто нереально. Вот и конец пролога. Ой, эти глюки, ё-моё.
Beszarás. És pont mikor kedvem lenne valakiből kiverni a lábam.
Страшный сон, он такой. Где эти печенеги, ё-моё? Сейчас я им с руки наваляю.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalice?
We're at my uncle's mill in Ratае. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalice after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
What in the world were you doing in Skalice?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalice and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tальмберг hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
So Divish promised Sir Ratае he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
Fine. But right now, I have more important things to do.
That's all you have to say? After everything we've done for you? Well, do as you see fit.
О, рогалик. Интересно, моя еда пропала уже или нет? Ух ты, еще даже не перегруз. Ничего себе. Научимся орудовать этим осколком. Добавим себе лука. С каким гербом выбрать щит?
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. But it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you, when it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. Good luck to you.
Так, я все еще голодный, да? Ну, кстати, нормально. Не сильно проголодался-то. Бац, уже свинья. Энергия 54, надо поспать. Заснуть и сохраниться. Насколько это возможно. И здесь, пожалуй, закончим. Соответственно, следующие квесты уже будут... О, предисловие мы типа прошли. И пойдем по большей части по сюжету пойдем. А там уже куда нас зашлет. Конечно, хотелось бы посетить все локации, но